Well, good morning and welcome to the 60 Up members page. Hi, gang, it's me, Kathy Stevens, and we are here on a beautiful day in March. This is going to be my March Madness month. So, what does that mean? We're just going to go into some of those areas that maybe you haven't done in a while. Today's focus is going to be Red Ball Day. So, I'm going to show you some exciting ways to up the ante on our tactile stimulation, which means our nerve endings being able to feel that various surface from lumpy to flat to rocking, all those different surface issues that we deal with, to send sensory information back through the nervous system and stimulate a lot of great stuff, a lot of great balance, a lot of great just body awareness. So we're going to be using the red ball a lot today. And because of that, and because I do want you to focus in on what you're feeling, what you're sensing, your fingertips, your toes, your body in general, we're not going to use any music today. I'm going to really have you focusing in on listening and feeling, slowing things down a bit as we still continue to work on overall strength, balance, and coordination. Okay, so let me check in here real quick. I like to get started quick because I know that a lot of you are on a time limit when you're here live. I see Doug's in the house and Pat. Thank you for being here. And so I like to get going. And then at the end, we will be doing some relaxation exercises utilizing the red ball. For those of you, let me pick it up real quick. For those of you that have never focused in on this red ball, it has these nubbies on it. I know you can see it and you can feel it. And it has a domed surface that's a little smoother. So we're going to be able to use both sides of this, both on board and off board. There will be a portion of today's workout where I will encourage you to try something with your hand. And I'm going to give you two options. Let me show you those now so you can be prepared. One option is going to be to place the ball against a steady surface like a wall. My cabinet here is very steady, so I can use that. For those of you that don't have access to a wall and are okay with getting closer to the floor, you can also do the same thing from a hand and knee position. So I'm going to kind of give you an option there. I find that some people are very sensitive to being asked to going up and down from the floor when they're on their own. From a safety perspective, I don't want you to feel like you have to do that. For others, they're very agile, able to do that still, or they're very interested in maintaining that ability to get up and down from the floor strongly. So that's going to be your option. I will most probably demonstrate from the wall just to keep things simple, but no, you can take it to the floor if that's more appropriate for you. So once again, we are going to be using the red ball. This is March Madness. We are going to, boom, shoot it in the hoop. Nope, we're going to do other stuff with it, but it's still going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and put that down for right now. And we're going to warm up by just getting the blood circulating, the joints moving, and just loosen up a little bit before we go into the more specific ball action work. So let's get going. I'm going to just make sure that I'm being well heard. So please let me know, anybody out there, if for some reason my voice is breaking up or anything. Please do have some water nearby. We will take water breaks as usual. Staying hydrated is always important. I also recommend you have a chair and a towel. Towel just in case you need it for patting down excess sweat. Chair in case you get tired and you just want to park it for a while and sit and watch. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. Keep in mind, guys, the way we progress is doing a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then in hindsight, we look back and go, wow, I could only do 10 minutes of this workout when I first began. Now I'm doing the whole hour. And I would love for you to still stay engaged, even if you're sitting, trying to do whatever we're doing from a seated position. I will use the chair in the end for some of our final relaxation exercises. So do have one nearby. All right, let's get started. So let's start by just standing up nice and tall, as always, doing a little posture check. Fingertips on your handles, feet about shoulder width distance, comfortable distance from that board. Let's just take and think about head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, knees in line with the toes, and just start with a nice sit back squat and then up. And just flare the fingers out and in. So what we want to do is just get the system pumping, get those muscles engaged. You can sit back a little deeper as you're comfortable. And then as you continue, I want you to think about peeling your toes off the floor as you sit back and spread your fingers. Lift your toes. I know you can't see mine very well. Lift your toes. We're just going to activate some of those lower leg muscles in ways that will make it easier to continue the workout fluidly. And now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to lift the toes and then we're going to lift the heels. We're going to spread the fingers. We're going to squeeze the handles. So let's just keep doing this like you're milking the cow here, getting that blood flow going. Open and squeeze. Sit back a little deeper, push forward and higher. Think about tightening on the way up. Think about tightening your quadriceps, your thigh muscles, your glute muscles, your buttocks muscles, and even lifting up through your core, through the pelvic floor, all the way up. Keep that neck long and that head high. You're going to start to feel your heart rate elevate a bit. Maybe your respiration or your breathing level a little bit deeper, a little faster. Those are all signs of the body warming up, as well as your body literally feeling warmer. So that's why usually when you start a workout, maybe you have a little sweat jacket on or something like that, and hopefully by the time we're done with the warm-up, you can take that off. Here we go. Let's do 4 more sit backs and lift ups. And 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Let's use those lung and diaphragm muscles. That's it. 1 more time. And then we're going to stay up on our toes real high, squeezing everything, lifting everything, but rolling the shoulders back and down. And then just walk on your tippy toes. Bring the feet in. Little tiny steps. Just lift, lift. Keep those heels up. Keep the chest up. Keep the chin up. Just lift like you have high heels on. For you women, I'm sure you can imagine that better than the guys out there. But try to keep those heels up, 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 contracting those toes, those calves, those quads, that core. And then we're going to come back to flat foot and keep marching, but kind of like you're smashing grapes under your feet, kind of a heavy roll down, pressing the toes to the heels, toes to the heels. Feel yourself grounding. You can still kind of wiggle those fingers every once in a while. Keep your focus on head back and chin parallel to floor. And then we're going to take this to the opposite extreme where we're going to lift our toes and try to continue walking on your heels. So try to keep the toes up. And I know this is the hardest of the 3 for some people because that front or those tibialis muscles, the front shin muscles, they tend to weaken way before the calf muscles do. So this might be hard, but think about walking on your heels, keeping your chest up, keeping your body engaged. That's it. Keep breathing. Couple more stomps. Keep that heel in contact to the floor, the toes up off the floor. Here we go. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Last one, and back to a more relaxed marching action. Let's keep the warm-up going. Let's keep the warm-up going, and if you're comfortable, let's address some of the upper body. So if you're comfortable letting go of the poles, let's just march and roll. Now remember, for those of you that have a little more instability or balance issue, feel free to keep one hand on a pole and do a few circles with each shoulder, alternating as you do it. But if you're capable and feel comfortable, you can roll both together. Let's let the elbows start to come a little higher. Let's feel that stretching, that dynamic stretching action through the shoulder girdle and the chest. Inhale and exhale. Good. Little light marching in place. That's all you need to keep that warm up going. Get that body activated. 4 more. 3 more. Nice deep breaths. 2 more. Last one, and let the arms go behind you and back and out. So we're really working here on chest and front shoulder mobility. Try to get the hands to go behind the hips and out. Thumbs up, warming up the shoulder, maybe a little higher. Takes a little coordination. So let's lift and drop. Don't worry about the pace. If you need to slow down the march, feel free to slow down the march, but try if you can to progress that range of motion up and over, then pull it down. Inhale and exhale. Can you feel it yet? Can you feel that elevation in heart rate? Can you sense it? Today's all about sensory stimulation, tactile with the ball, but also just feeling what's going on in your body and connecting. That's why we're not using music today, because I want you to really listen and feel. Listen and feel. Here we go. 4 more. Good job. And 3. Feel the breath. Last 2. 1 more coming at you. Pull it down. And then let's settle the hands back on the poles. Give them a little rest and bend the knees. Bend and extend. Still keeping movement going, keeping a flow going, still keeping the body warm. So now we're going to start to warm up to range of motion and functional ability. So I want you to go back to a march. We're going to march lightly, and I want you to take it for a spin. Watch me one time, okay? March in place. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin around my board, hand on thigh, bend, push it up, drop, and then continue around to the front side, marching. Now, we're going to do that in each direction several times. If you have trouble getting all the way down to pick up the ball, then just pretend you're picking it up. Get as low as you can. Okay, we're going to face the other direction now. Here we go. Let's go for a jog around the block. Hand on thigh, reach up, put it back down, and continue around. Good job. Back to the center. If you don't get there as fast as me, that's okay. This is still part of the warm-up. Opposite direction. Here we go. Watch out if your chair's too close. Make sure you've got room to get around. Hand to thigh, hand to ball. Put it on a shelf. Sense what you're feeling when you grab that ball. Can you feel how those nubs create a little extra sensation to your fingers and your palm? Turn to the other direction. Get ready. Here we go. Take it around. Hand to thigh. Feel the ball. Put it on the shelf. Bring it back down and keep going around. Good job. Awesome. Back to center. Let's do 2 more. We're going to go into that right direction. Here we go. Walk it around. Be strong. Be tall. Pick it up. Put it on the shelf. Put it back down and walk around. Good job. Last one. We're going to be doing this now going to the left. So, and you can hold your pole the whole time if that's comforting. Here we go. Walk it around. Hand to thigh. Sit back into your hips. Put it on the shelf. Bring it back down and continue around. Excellent. Very nice. Back to center. Whew, how are you guys feeling? Did you warm up a little bit? Keep moving. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slow this down a bit, and we're going to start again to sense and feel the balance of working on the board and on the ball from the floor first. So feet together. Let's just tap the heel to the red line and back. Heel to the red line and back. And as you're doing this, imagine that there is a book on your head. You don't want it to fall off. So work at stabilizing your body against that shift in foot to board and foot to floor. Different surfaces, going from 2 feet to 1 foot. All of this is being processed by your brain and hopefully reactively by your body. Now I want you to continue with this, except now reach out and toe touch the ball. Hopefully your legs are long enough. If they're not, then by all means just toe touch right behind the ball. Still keeping that chin high, still keeping that head up. Inhale and exhale. Reach and point. Feel that little mush. So take a second to feel your foot push into the ball. Now, today I'm doing this with my shoes on, but maybe if you repeat the workout once or twice or even maybe 3 times this week, because you know you can come back and repeat it, try it one time with no shoes on. Just make sure that your socks are not so slippery that you might fall, okay? But always be aware of that. 4 more, and 3, and 2, and last one. Now, different focus. Lunge to red line, okay? So now you're gonna feel not so much the balance challenge, although there is still some balance involved in a tandem stance like this, but you're gonna feel more muscle activation as you control that forward leg, contracting those quadricep muscles, those other muscles that lead to that stability of the knee and the hip, to allow you to slow down that lunge and then propel it back. That's a lot of muscle work, so think about it. Feel it. Feel the calf. Feel the thigh. Feel the hip. Feel the arms. Feel the core. Sense it, okay? Nice, deep bend of the knee. Well, not so deep. Maybe about at most 45 degree, probably a little less. Here we go. Bend and press. Bend and press. 2 more. Last one. And now, shake it out a little bit. Just march or knee bend, whatever feels good in between. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to try to step onto the ball with the ball of your foot. So think about that, ball of the foot. Okay, ball to ball and push off. Ball to ball and push off. It kind of gives you a little spring out of it, doesn't it? So we gain, by pushing into that nubby surface, we gain in a little bit of sense, and in terms of balance, sensing that less stable surface, making your ankle and your feet muscles work a little harder to stabilize you as you hit the red ball and push off, but it's probably a little easier on the push off. So maybe it's not quite as hard on some of those muscles that didn't have that little bounce back. Trade-off, right? A good trade-off. Stability and strength, they work hand in hand. Here we go. So if you get off a little bit, every once in a while you might feel the need to readjust your board if it's moving. Just take a second to do so. Feel that sinking, that feeling of pushing in and pushing out. Maybe a little bit of an ankle movement side to side as you adjust. Aren't you glad you have these handles here? Because they allow you to keep everything in control, even if you get a little bit offside or off center. Here we go, 4 more. Good job. 3 more. Push off. 2 more. You've got this. Last one. Awesome. All right, ease it out with a walk or a squat. How did that feel? That series, did you feel it a little more in your ankles? You should have, because that ball created a stability issue for your ankle, didn't it? But a good one. One that you can grow and react to, okay? So here we go. Now we're going to take the right leg only. We're going to place it up on the ball, all right? So the ball to ball here. And then we're going to lift the back heel. Oh boy, right here you feel the need to balance. So just hold it there for a second. Sense your body alignment. Feel whether you need to scoot that back foot a little closer so that you're not in too far of a tandem stance. Now from here, everything tight, bend both knees about 1 inch or 2 and then straighten. And just feel how that feels to your hips, to your thighs, to your ankle, to your foot, down and up. Just repeating this lunge position, up and down. Good. Feel how there's a little rocking action. But if you put a little weight more so in the front foot, it's going to feel a little different than if you keep more of your weight over the back leg. Here we go. Down and up. Feel the strength. You might even feel some mobility or stretching going on in that back thigh and hip flexor. 4 more. Good. 3 more. Great. 2 and last one. Now settle down onto that back foot. Wiggle it a little bit. Wiggle the front. Step the foot behind the red ball for a second and rest. Because this next one's going to be a little bit, it's going to be the same move, same leg as in front, but a little different challenge. So we're going to put that foot up against the ball again, toes on ball. Not so much ball on ball, but toes on ball. We're going to do this rocking horse maneuver where you smash the toes in and then you kick your heel back and up towards your glutes. That's it, like a rocking horse. Boom, back. Every once in a while, make sure that your feet are in good position so you don't feel like you're gonna misstep with that back foot. Up, and forward, back and forward. Nice strong core, head high, chest up. Good. 4 more, keep the spine strong. 3, push with the toes. You can imagine if you didn't have your shoes on, you'd really be feeling this with your toes, wouldn't you? 1 more, and off. All right, shake it out a little bit. Whew, that's a lot of sensation down there. Did you feel the difference? Okay, well, we have 2 legs, so we have to repeat the series on the other leg. All right, so we're gonna take this stance, and now this time with your left leg, you're gonna go ball to ball, and off, and ball to ball, and off. Push on, push off, just kind of getting this side reappropriated and ready. Now, hold it on the ball. Ball to ball, back heel comes up. Now here's where those repetitive reps of that stationary lunge are gonna come in. Oh, you're gonna feel sometimes the need to really adjust with your arms to keep that board as stable as possible. Focus in and see what it feels like when you put a little more pressure into the front leg, or what it feels like to keep the weight and pressure more in the back leg. You'll feel maybe more stretch then. Down and up, chest is high. Feel those muscles engage. Drop and lift. Push that foot into the ball. That's it. Keep it steady. Slow and steady. Let the body react. Feel how the ankle muscles, feel how the feet muscles, how the thigh and hip and core have to react and respond to this softer surface and this stationary position. 2 more. Last one. Bring it back down. Give it a little rest. We're gonna get ready for that rocking horse action. Are you ready? Okay, so toes and knee up. Toes dig down, heel comes up, knee comes up. Dig down, knee up. Now you are maybe moving your torso a little bit towards the bars, but try not to lean too far through. Just a little, just to allow that heel to go up towards the buttocks in the back. Hamstring curl. I know Dan likes to call them butt kickers. Here we go. Down and back and down. Think about it. Are you feeling your big toe push into the ball? Are you feeling your other toes contribute? Are you feeling your ankle stabilize? Your core engage? Your neck stays long. Let's do 4 more. Nice. And 3. And 2. And last one. Awesome. And bring it back and ease it out a little bit. Okay, let's take our first water break. That's a lot of intensity. It does sometimes also elevate your heart rate. So some of you may have felt that, right? A little bit into the heart rate. But what it does is it makes you have to think and concentrate a little more. So it can be taxing. So let's go ahead and get some water. I'm checking in to see if there's any comments. Sylvia, thank you for being here. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here live with me today, Sylvia. Let me know how you like it at the end. And Vicky, she will join us later as usual, but thank you for checking in, Vicky. Okay, nice couple deep gulps. Staying nice and hydrated throughout the workout is so important. It's so healthy for all body parts to stay hydrated. Skin, hair, joints, everything, organs. So drink more water, all right? So now, we've been on the floor. I call it floor face front. Now we're gonna come top face front, all right? And let's just get ourselves maybe in the 1-in-1 position. And just for a second, let's just rock a little bit. Get our body accustomed to the feel of being up on this unstable surface, to the power that you have to manipulate it by putting pressure from one side to the other, whether that focus comes more from the feet, the knees, or the hips. It really does come from all of them, but you can change the way you think of it. You can think about pushing through your feet. You can think about driving through your knees. You can think about leaning with your hip. You have a choice. Or you can let your brain and body just take over and make the rocking action happen. Good. All right, so we're still red balling it, right? So here we go, side to side, just keeping some action going. And then we're gonna balance in the center. Okay, one-on-one, find your balance. Realign, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, chin in a little bit. And when I say chin, a lot of times, and I'm doing this on purpose as you try to balance, you can even let go. Sometimes people think in means down, and it doesn't. It just means literally back a little bit, not forward. So in and back, I guess we should say, not in and down. All right, that helps lift that chest, drive those scapula or shoulder blades downward. Now, in this beautiful tall posture, we're simply going to add some leg movement. We're gonna look down at first, it'll be easier. We're gonna tap the red ball, tap the side, tap the red ball, and bring it back. Can we do that on the other side? Let's try. Tap the red ball, and you can be narrow, you can even be in between the two ones if that's more comfortable, because it is hard to balance this board when you lift one foot. So just, there will be a slight shift on the board, but you're gonna try to minimize that. And you don't even know how, but you are minimizing it, right? So toe, side, ball, and down, ball, side, ball, and down. Keep going. Ball, side, ball, and down, ball, side. Now, as we keep going, try to do it without looking down. I know at first it's very important to kind of see in your visual glance where that ball and side of board is. But then we want to lock that feeling of where everything is into our mind's eye. Have a better kinesthetic awareness for your positioning, your foot movement, your tapping. That's right there, going to make it a little more advanced, just not looking down, but looking forward. You can glance down anytime you need to. Now we're going to increase that a little bit more, but I'm going to ask you to firmly press the ball. So imagine you're trying to get air out of it. You don't have to firmly press on the outside. You can keep that light, firm, good. Firm, light, firm, again. When you push firmly, you might find that you're doing a little more of a one-legged squat on the leg that's remaining on the surface or the flat board. Good. Are you still going? Firm, soft, firm, and back. Feel how you have the ability to flatten that surface. Again, imagine what this would feel like without shoes. A little more tactile stimulation to those toes and feet muscles. Here we go. Out, in and down, push, tap, push, release, push, tap. Let's do two more. Here we go. One, and last one. Good job. Now, let's just ease it out a little bit. Ease it out, ease it out, ease it out. Very nice. Now, take a wider stance. Rock it out. Okay, so this wider stance can be 2, 2.5, depends on your leg length, depends on your comfort level. We're going to do the same movement, but you are going to have a lot more board rocking happening because of this wide stance. So your goal isn't going to be to center the board. It's going to be to go with the flow, to allow your body to go into a tilt action while moving the leg and tapping the ball. Are we ready? All right, here we go. Right leg first. Ball, side, ball, side, left, side. Look down at first. Again. Ball, side, ball, side, tap, touch, tap, touch, tap, out, tap, down, tap, out, tap, down. Good. As you get good at this, start to think about pushing again into the ball more firmly. So smash it, light, smash it, light touch, smash it. Good. Allow your body to just respond to the movement, to the off tilt of your board. Good. Right yourself, center back. Tap out, tap out. Right leg, and now left. out. Let's do 2 more. One on the right and one on the left. Good job. Now rock it out. Ooh, that made you think a lot, didn't it? Good job. All right. Now let's go ahead and bring the feet back into center line. This time we're going to take the right foot and we're going to settle it right on the ball. Just push down into the ball right now. Push, 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 push. Like you're pumping, I don't know, a bicycle pump with your foot or a mattress pump. Down, down, down. Feel that activity. Try to keep the board stable. You might even want to wiggle that remaining leg more to the center red line. Good. Push, push. Feel that quadricep working. Keep that chest up. Keep that chin level with the floor, pulled back slightly. Yes. Now we're going to take the focus from the front leg to the back leg. Look down. What's the front leg? You should be kind of on a tandem stance now. Have you wiggled that left leg in a bit so it's right behind the right pushing leg? Okay, get it lined up. Keep the chin up. And now from here, lighten the pressure on the front foot. Just toe on ball only. Balance your board. And then sit into a chair behind you and up. Into a chair behind you and up. And your front toe is resting on that ball as your hip drops back and forward. Single leg squat, very strengthening for the hip joint. Good. And strengthening in a good way, because many of the hip muscles, like the inner thigh, outer hip, are needed to guide you and stabilize your pelvis when you do movements like sitting down and standing up. The stronger they stabilize, the stronger the other muscles can work. So this really helps to engage some of those deeper hip muscles. Here we go. 4 more. Keep that toe on the ball. 3 more. You've got this. 2. I know this is really intense work today, right? And then stand tall. Now, tighten up that leg. Tighten up that left leg. Keep that toe on the front ball. Balance. And then let's just add a balance lift. So we're going to go lift, out, in, and tap. Lift, out, in, and tap. Up, front, strong standing leg. Lift, heel, toe, down. Lift, heel. So notice what I do on the out is I pull my toe back, presenting my heel. Up, balance that board. 2 more. Up, balance. Last one. Up, balance, and put it on the board. Oh, ease this out for a second. What did you feel? Remember, this is sensory perception today, focused. Did you feel this standing hip get more tired than the moving one? Well, that's intentional because, again, we're really working on those stabilizers. So that little series should have made this leg, the left hip and leg, get pretty fatigued towards the end of that series. I hope yours was. I know mine was. Okay, let's bump the hips a little bit. Bump it. You remember the old dance, the bump? And just stretch out some of those muscles and those attachments in the hip. Here we go. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now, we were standing on our left, so now we're going to bring the right in, right? And we're going to put that toe, the left toe and forefoot or ball of the foot on the ball, and we're just going to press, press, press. Use that leg like you're trying to pump up an air mattress. There you go, pump. Now, if you feel like you're too far forward, take a second and adjust your rear leg back a little bit. And also try to adjust your rear leg so that it's behind the front leg in a tandem stance. Push down, down, down. What's tandem? Just like being on a tightrope, okay? One foot in front of the other, both toes, both heels in the forward direction. Push, push, push. Feel the engagement of that foot, calf, thigh of the front leg. Contract, press, sense. Again, imagine how this would feel without your shoes on. You get a lot more nerve ending stimulation in the bottom of the foot and toes. So that's why I encourage you maybe to try part of this workout another day, shoes off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now light toe touch on the ball. Focus now shifts to that back leg. So we're gonna sit back and front. Don't just bend the knee on this, okay guys? It's real tempting when I ask for a single leg squat to make it a single leg knee bend. But remember, a squat involves hips, knees, and ankle joint movement. Hip, knee, ankle. Hip, knee, ankle. Sit. Imagine you're reaching back with your tailbone to sit on a bar stool. Back and front. Back and front. Now, obviously, you're going to feel this, the majority of this work, this activation of muscles in that back leg. The front leg is just a kickstand, but you're feeling a lot more in that back leg than you would if both feet were equally on that surface. Here we go. Single leg, back, single leg, back. 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Balance. Okay, balance up, meaning tighten this hip joint, straighten that leg, lift, push, in, and tap. Toe down at first. Then we're going to add that heel press out, and toe tap down. Heel press out. Back leg is just stabilizing you. It's not doing anything. It's very much just your support system for this extended time you're spending on one leg. Heel, toe down, tap. Heel front, toe down, tap. Level your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Good. Pull up with the head, imaginary book on it. Keep the chin drawn in a little bit, but not down. Good. 2 more. Push. Last one. Push. And again, hopefully you felt a lot of stimulation and tiredness or fatigue building in this hip joint. You may have also felt this thigh getting a little tired because yes, you were working that quadricep as well. All right, rock it out, and we're gonna step off for a second. So come down. I always like to bottom out on one side before I step back. And let's get some more water. Whew. This has been great. We've been doing so well today in our concentration. All right, I always check in for any extra comments when I come back for my water, just in case. But let's all do this. I'll hopefully finish this by the time we're done. You want to try to ingest 6 to 8 to 12 ounces before, during, and after the workout. Okay, here we go. Coming on back down, just checking in for any comments. If there were any, that would have been the time to make it. Not now, because we're back up on the board. Okay, so this time we're going to come on up. We're going to face the side angle. So I want you to turn your body so that you're facing right and bring your feet so that they're about centered on the board. That red line always kind of makes your center point obvious, doesn't it? Yes. And then let's just rock with our toes and heels for a second. Just manipulate, get the board to drop forward and back. Keep your glutes tight, your chin up, your head over your shoulders. But see what you can do just with your toes and heels. Toes and heels. Engage those abdominal muscles. Good. You can hold both hands on this one pole. And now let's rock a little further. Peel up the heels, peel up the toes, peel up the heels. This is such a great foot and low leg strengthener, especially for any of you that are having some numbness or difficulty in moving those extremities. Here we go, up and back. And even if it doesn't seem to go as far as mine do, just mind over muscle, imagine it is. Believe it or not, that does send messages to the nerves. Couple more. Last one, and center. Okay, one arm on the pole, other hand could be on the hip to keep you facing side. Now we're going to just step out and in. Out and in. And I want you to feel the muscles of the side of your hip connect and bend. Good. Mush the ball. That's it. Mush down and up. Your knees and toes are staying forward in the direction. Your head is staying up. I wish you all had mirrors in front of yourself so you could really see your body alignment. I'm going to tell you what tends to happen when we get focused too much on what the lower body is doing. The upper body tends to want to do that. It's almost like you're trying to get yourself closer to the floor for safety purposes. But always try to think about keeping the chin up, the chest up, the ears lined up over shoulders. Okay, so feeling some of those outer muscles of the lower leg and the hip and thigh. You'll notice that when you do this, your foot flares up a little. Those are the everters of that low leg. And those are important muscles because they help control your ankle so that you don't have lack of mobility or what we'll call shuffle steps. We want to keep those ankle muscles mobile and strong. So we're everting and pushing back to center. Good. Let's do 2 more. Nice. All right, now we're going to challenge this a little if you want. If not, you don't have to do this. You're going to put the foot on, lift, and then come back. Watch me again. Foot on, I lift. Woo, don't go so far. You don't want to fall off your board. So you can keep the edge of the foot only on the ball. Edge, leg. The more you get up on that ball, the more you've got to be careful that you're not leaning too far through the poles. Don't go any further than belt line or belly button level with pole. It's not worth feeling instability, okay? Just a little lift to the side. Good. A little lift to the side. That's nice. Head up. Beautiful. 2 more. And then last one. And bring it in. Whew. Ease it out. You're going to feel that in that outer hip, the outer side of the lower leg. Hopefully just a general sense of balance, right? Okay, so pivot yourself slowly. Turn your toes to the front. Pivot yourself slowly. Turn your body all the way facing now the opposite direction, your left side. Okay, so how did we start? We started with just an outside press into the ball and back. A little bit of an ankle angle so that pinky toe is higher than the big toe. Out and back. Press and bend the knee. Press and back. Sensory input from the foot. Again, if you were barefoot, you would really feel a lot of, maybe even some tender spots under the foot. You know, a little bit of reflexology going on. Push in, push out, holding your pole, allowing yourself to ground, grip, and press. Tightening your glutes, keeping your core strong, keeping your neck long, keeping your chest up. Very nice. Let's do 4 more, and back, and 3, and back, and 2. Feel the weight sink into that ball. 1, and back. Now remember, this next one is an advanced movement, so be minimal. You don't even have to. If you want to, you can step before the ball, lift the leg, and then bring it in. Make it a really small little just step if that ball made you feel like you were coming too far off that side of the board. But try if you can to balance on the board without going too far. Get a little edge of that foot on the ball. See what it feels like. You've got your pole to hold on to, but you just don't want to get too much body weight going this side of the pole. So no further than belly button level to pole. Good. And again, always listen to your own sense of safety. If that doesn't feel right, if it feels a little too aggressive, then by all means, stay on the board and just lift that leg out to the side, working those outer hip and thigh muscles. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. Nice. Let's do 1 more. Excellent. Ooh, I almost rocked too far. But no, I didn't. I caught myself. So here we go. Back to center. Ease out those hips now with a nice lunge action. So widen your stance. And let's just massage and get that blood flow going up from the heels to the hips by giving me a nice heel up, heel down lunge, wide, toes out, plie style if you were a dancer. Just knee out, toe out style if you weren't. Maybe catcher position if you played baseball. Here we go. Out and in. Allow your heels to pivot so that your knees can transition to the side angle. Good. Heel. See how my heel comes up? That way it allows me to pivot the foot as I come into this rotated position, outward rotated position. Chin up, chest up. Try not to put too much tension in your upper neck and traps. It happens, I know. All right, that should feel a nice blood flow through those leg and hip muscles we work so hard. So then let's rock down to the right, step back with the left. Whew. And now it's time to work the upper body. So we're going to grab the ball. Remember I told you, I gave you in the beginning, and maybe you weren't here, 2 options. If you have a steady surface or wall in front of you, you can do some of what we're going to do against the wall. If you have the mobility to get down, you can come to the floor and do the mobility or the tactile sensation for upper body from a hand and knee posture. I'm going to demonstrate the wall, but I'll let you choose which works for you, okay? So we're going to put the ball in one hand and we're going to position it on the wall. And then step back so that you have kind of a nice line from shoulder to heels with a straight arm, okay? Now just the flat surface of the ball is against the wall. And I want you to just bend the elbow and push away. Keep your glutes real tight. Keep your core real tight. Spread the fingers as you bend. Squeeze the ball as you push away. Don't let your waistline lead the movement. So lead by bending the elbow and letting the chest come closer to the wall. Feel that push or that pressure of the nubs in the palm and the fingers. Sense it. Let's do 4 more. It's not a big move. How much? It's maybe about 3-4 inches of elbow movement. 2 more. Last one. And hold straight again. Nice. Now to release this shoulder, lift the ball up, hold the wall with the other hand, and twist it as though, tighten your abdominals so you don't overarch the low back. Twist it in front of you, kind of like you're putting a light bulb in and out, in and out, in and out. Good. Excellent. Second set. It's going to be a little more challenging. We're going to put the rounded, nubbed area of the ball against the floor or wall. Now, you're not going to get the same sensation to the bottom of your palm, but you're going to get more sensation of control to the wrist. Some of these muscles are going to have to work a little harder as you do that one-arm wall push-up. Other hand behind you, or you can hold the wall with it if you need to. That'd be an easier way to do this. Zip up the pelvic floor and the core, and let's straighten up the arm and bend in and back. In and back. And again, you can be doing this from hands and knees, or for you athletes out there, from your push-up position. Ooh, if you're able to do that, I'm impressed. Down and back. I bet Dan could. And back. Don't lead with the belt line, lead with the arm and chest. Forward and back. Forward. Feel the wrist really having to work a little harder, those forearm muscles. Last one. Whew. Put it up here and twist it out. This time, bring it to the side. Hold on with your fingers, grip strength, and twist the knob to the side, right here. Try to keep your body forward, your chest in front, your shoulder dropped, and just twist, twist, twist. Beautiful. And let it down. Whew. Shake it off. Awesome, right? Okay, other arm, 2 legs, 2 arms. Got to do the same thing on this side. So we start, nubbies under palm. Put it in front of you. Find a posture where your heels are under your hips, head over shoulders, arm length distance from the wall. Tighten the core, and then start that elbow flexion or bending. Squeeze the ball, stretch the fingers. Squeeze the ball. You can keep your hand here too if you want, to remind you not to let this come forward, that waistline. Or here. The reason I like the behind the back posture with the arm or positioning is it reminds me not to round my shoulder on this side forward. Stretch, press, feel that stimulation of those nubs into the palm and then into the fingers and into the palm and into the fingers. Good job. Keep that head in good alignment. I know when I look over at you, sometimes I notice maybe my head isn't in great alignment. So we all need to remember those key posture points. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 1 more. And then let's take it up and over. Pull that waistband in. Twist alongside the ear like you're putting a light bulb in and out on the ceiling. Okay? Mobilize and stretch that shoulder girdle. Nice deep breath. Whew, we're getting there. And then let's go ahead and bring that arm slowly down and switch position now. Smooth side on palm, nubby on wall or floor. More wrist action. Line up again. Palm is right under the shoulder like a push-up. Body is straight and core is engaged. And then we're just going to bend that elbow, maybe 3-4 inches. Moving the entire body like a plank in and out. Keeping the head in line, feeling how your wrist has to have a little more action or stability because the surface is a little more rock and roll. Down and back, core tight, exhale, inhale. I didn't mention that on the other side, but you do want to make sure you're breathing fully, and it's usually best to blow out during what you might consider the hardest part of the effort. I think the hardest part is the push away. Here we go. In, in. Good, strong core. 2 more. Long neck, last one. And then take that ball, grip strength, hold onto the edge, and take it out to the side for the twist. So just up and down, twisting around. Arm is out here. Mobilize in that arm joint. Now, if you have smaller hands, obviously, you might not be able to grip around this way. And if that's the case, flip this way. Smaller hands can do it more easily. But either way, here we go. That's beautiful. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Whoo, bring it in. Whoo, shake it out. Time to relax. Good job. I still had more exercises to do, but we're running low on time, and I don't want to miss out on some of the cool down. So maybe we'll repeat our red ball focus next week and get a few more ideas in, okay? So get some water. I should have given you that cue first. Get some water. Now, I do want to remind you, we love having you here live and in the chat box because it's just so nice to know we're talking to somebody for real, and getting your immediate feedback is always wonderful. But these are on the website now, in perpetuity. You just have to scroll down, and they're also on YouTube. So if you miss a workout, don't let that keep you from coming back and doing it later in the week. And if you like a workout, put it in your favorites and try doing it several times a week, okay? All right, so let's start by just palm on one side, palm on the other side, and just massage. Massage, this hard edge isn't gonna feel as nice, so massage more with the ball, side of the ball. And just kind of twist and massage. It's good to get some sensory motor information down in those palms and fingertips. Hit some nerve endings. Stimulate something that maybe is going to actually feel good after the little bit of, I don't want to call it pain or discomfort of the squeeze, okay? All right, relax, shake out that hand. Feel how it feels. Feel circulation? Yeah, blood flow? Maybe a little, feels good, like a little massage. Now, other side, same thing. Go ahead and massage, in particular focusing on the ball side, pushing your palm in, your pinky finger, your ring finger, your middle finger, your thumb, all of it into it. Get that prickly feeling going. I call it the porcupine side. Push. Maybe it's a little discomforting, right? A little bit. Remember, you're causing your own intensity here, so lighten up if it is irritating. All right, posture tall. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And then take the hand off and just feel the circulation. Feel the nerves waking up. Maybe after a little bit of time off, feel the release and a good feeling where that prickly feeling was a few seconds ago. Nice. All right, enjoy that. Stretch out those hands. Okay, now take the ball. I'm going to put it with the prickly side, the porcupine side, against the back of my head, right here where my skull is, where it kind of divots, and my upper neck. And then I'm just going to rock and roll side to side, and I can look in the opposite direction. Oh, hopefully you're not catching too much hair back there, but just slow. Let's go slower. Sometimes when you go too fast, it catches too much hair. Let the ball, I'm going to show you from the back side what's happening. Let the ball move along your neck. Let those little nubbies press into the back of your skull and neck. Look to the other side. Look also with your eyes. So let's get a nice eye stretch out of this too. Slowly roll and press, look right. Slowly roll and press, look left. Sense that pressure. Maybe close your eyes for a second and feel mainly what you're feeling when rolling. Maybe lower it a little bit down towards your traps rather than up towards your skull. And just see if anything feels in particular tender or maybe good. That's it, side to side. Let those nubbies do their work. Oh, so much tension these days. Can always use more time to release stress and refresh. All right, bring it back to the center. Reset exercise. I taught you this last week, I think. Arms open, ball presses in, head centered, feet flat. Eyes only glance over the right shoulder, nose forward. Inhale, exhale, 3 deep. Inhale, exhale, slow. Chin in. Inhale. Exhale, slow. Head forward. Inhale. Pull the chin in. Exhale, slow. Eyes to the right. Relax, elbows forward. Tuck chin. Release for a second. It gets hard to hold those arms up there too long, doesn't it? All right, hold it here for a second. We have to do another set looking to the left. This is an exercise to reset the vagus nerve, which is the nerve that helps bring you down from a stressed or fight or flight reaction in your body, which I think we're all a little bit in fight or flight right now. So let's try to use that parasympathetic nerve, the vagus nerve, to slow ourselves down and feel better at the end of class, okay? All right, arms ready, back up, chest open. Let me turn to this side this time. Ball is just pushing up that back part of the head so that the chin can stay in. I don't want the chin coming out, so push a little, hold it, stretch it, look with the eyes to the left, pull the belly in, hold and breathe 3 times. Long exhale. Are your eyes still to the left? And recover the arms down. Now, if that ball was just a little too thick, you couldn't keep your head back, could you do that without the ball? Sure. Fingers still stay at this divot area of the scalp where there's that little lump and then it goes in. Elbows go back. 3 to 5 deep breaths. Eyes staying in the opposite. Oh, shake those arms off. Yes, that is a reset exercise for the vagus nerve. All right, let's just do a little of this. Inhale, exhale. You guys were great today. This was a very concentrated workout, wasn't it? It was touchy-feely. It was red ball focused. It was March Madness. I hope you liked it. All right. So we will continue with this theme the rest of the month, my March Madness. I love using the red ball. Maybe we'll even pull in some other balls. I don't know. Do you guys have any other balls around the house? Like maybe like a kid's play soft squishy ball? If you do, maybe I'll show you some fun stuff to do with that. So if you don't have one, maybe go out and get one. It would be a nice thing to add to our workout. So any kind of like 8-inch soft pliable ball. You can get them at the market for $2 or whatever. And if for some reason you come to class and I decide to use it, which I probably will, and you don't have it, you can also use a pillow. So don't worry if for some reason you don't find that ball between now and the next few workouts. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Big hug. And let all the stress and tension go. Neck, shoulders, core, hips, feet. Let it all out. And have a wonderful rest of your week. Dan will be here, get some water, on Tuesday and Thursday. And I will be here on Wednesdays to keep you moving, to keep ideas fresh, to keep you using this device, which is so important for 60 up balance, 60 up strength, 60 up mobility, 60 up cardio. We do it all. So keep coming back for more ideas. And I love your comments and do respond throughout the week. So if you missed me live, but you want to leave me a comment, please do. I enjoy reading them and I really enjoy responding to them. Thanks, guys and gals. Have a wonderful, oh, where's my heart? It's a little crooked today. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Signing off, Kathy Stevens. Take care.